Hello, my name is Alex McMahon. I'm a band teacher in the Andover School District in Andover, Kansas. I'm joined today with Brody Stanley. Brody Stanley is a 5th grade student at Meadowlark Elementary in our district, and he has started to learn to play the trumpet. Now, Brody's trumpet looks a little bit different than the normal band trumpet, but for all intents and purposes, Brody is learning to play the trumpet. Now, Brody has a very special instrument. So Brody is playing an instrument called the tilt. This instrument is made by a company called DigiBrass. DigiBrass is based in Wisconsin. The owner, David Elvig, has been wonderful in working with us to help customize an instrument specifically for Brody. So we actually started Brody on this exact instrument right here. So you can see it's black color, and we tried to make some initial modifications with a hand strap to help him hold it. And then that kind of evolved over time into adjusting things like the mouthpiece, making one that was a little bit more appropriate for Brody. And you'll notice all of these items are 3D printed, which has been really cool to work with because we can make modifications very easily. And this is just the actual valve body of the instrument. So we were using this as a template. So we used that template to make some modifications like a hand grip. This piece on the bottom helps Brody tilt the instrument to be able to change octaves. We also have a holder for the neck strap. What has been your favorite thing about learning to play the trumpet?
Playing music.
Playing music in the group with other people. Now you'll notice that there's a cord hanging from Brody's instrument. This cable is running into an amplifier that sits on the, and that sound is right behind him, so he's able to hear himself as he's playing in the class. Trumpet fingerings are exactly the same as what Brody is using. The only difference being that he has to change his notes to make higher and lower by doing what's called a tilt. Brody, would you mind doing like a C to G and just keep going, and so we can see how far it can tilt? And go back the other way maybe. So Brody has a range that's been limited on the software, so he's kind of at about a 2-octave range, but that tilt mechanism is what allows him to play higher notes versus what a traditional brass instrument would do with its embouchure. So he's able to play higher notes, again, by tilting the instrument and then using the same fingers as the trumpet. It fills in with a white note. So he actually can see, by playing the correct note that's listed on the music, on his instrument. So we're getting the visual feedback as well as the auditory feedback, which is super cool. I don't know of any other instrument that offers that level of connection between the music and the visual and the sound. So this instrument has an onboard synthesizer, so everything can just come directly from the instrument, and it goes right through the amp.
I really like the trumpet instrument, and I like music, so I just joined band.
There are so many things that in the future Brody's going to be able to do with this instrument. Right now we're just getting the basics of learning the notes, but this is an electronic instrument, so it can interface with computers, and there's lots of things that we can do once we get it connected to a computer.